Boston Brian here from the MeidasTouch Network, and congratulations, guys. You've made it. You have made it. Indictment season is upon us, and Treason Week is here. Bringing with it meltdowns, infighting, threats of violence. I mean, it doesn't get any weirder than this. Stay tuned because you have to see Don Jr.'s meltdown, and we also got Joe Tacopina on Kimberly Gargoyle's podcast, which I didn't even know she had, telling us exactly how Donald Trump plans on surrendering himself. And in one of the crazier theories I've heard, Joe Tacopina actually believes that somehow Donald Trump being indicted for paying hush money to a porn star to cover up an affair he had while his wife was pregnant is somehow going to catapult Donald Trump into the White House. And listen, I'm well aware that we're living in unprecedented times right now, but can we please just acknowledge the fact that Donald Trump has now used MeidasTouch, I believe twice, to attack Governor Ron DeSantis? Yes, sir, he was back at it again today. I mean, with all the legal trouble this man is facing, with everything going on in this guy's life, you have to wonder where his head is at in order for him to be posting MeidasTouch, the great people of MeidasTouch, to attack Ron DeSantis. It's unbelievable. I'll put it up here on the screen so you can read what he posted, but this was the ad that MeidasTouch did where Ron DeSantis was allegedly caught drinking with underage kids as he was teaching at the same school. So, what did Donald Trump say? Here's what he said. Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories sometime in the near future as he gets older, wiser, and better known when he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, even classmates that are underage or possibly a man. I'm sure he will want to fight these misfits just like I do. You're probably asking yourself, why did Donald Trump decide to use MeidasTouch to go after Ron DeSantis again? Well, it might have something to do with this.
We wanted to know what your thoughts are on the rumored Trump indictment, and if you have any role in it. If charges are brought on him, will you have any role in extradition to New York?
You're talking about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is that he chooses to go back many, many years ago to try to use something about porn star hush money payments. You know, that's an example of pursuing a political agenda. And
it's not just Donald Trump who's mad at Ron DeSantis for his unwillingness to, stand up for the Fuhrer, I guess? I don't know. Here's, I guess, Trump supporters lighting Ron DeSantis' face on fire during the St. Patrick's Day parade. Check this out.
Don't worry. Ron DeSantis is a scumbag. He's a traitor. On the thing. Not yet. Ron DeSantis. There you go.
Here is Don Jr. also taking his shot at Governor Ron DeSantis.
You can hire influencers to post videos of you dunking on what was like a hot Twitter take 10 days ago on some moron local reporter. You can get plenty of people to do that, as Ron has. But that doesn't make you ready for the big leagues. If you can't understand that this is a fundamental issue of our time, then you're not ready. Then it's not your time. Okay? Again, I know when you're ready for the big leagues. I spent a lot of time with these guys. I spent a lot of time with DeSantis personally. The image created online by the paid influencers, guys, unfortunately, one-on-one, it doesn't exist.
Because if anybody has the political wisdom and experience to figure out when somebody is ready for the big time, I think Don Jr. And here's a whacked out Don Jr. absolutely losing his mind over the fact that his father is about to face some accountability for the first time in his life. And guys, while you're listening to these people, do not overlook the anti-Semitic dog whistle that they throw around saying that George Soros owns pretty much everybody. No matter what happens and it's bad to the right, somehow George Soros had his hand in it. And what the hell is Don Jr. talking about Bolsheviks? You wouldn't know a Bolshevik if it bit him in the ass.
Who really gives a crap about law when you're weaponizing your office in a leftist state and where everyone there agrees with you? Most of the prosecutors there don't know what the hell to do about this because even they, like the most radical of the radical left, realize that it's insane. In all fairness, isn't she paying his legal bills or something like that? I don't know. But the district attorney is going to district attorney, right? The Soros-funded district attorneys are going to do whatever the guy that's bankrolling them wants them to do. The law be damned. The Constitution be damned. Your rights be damned. Because, when you hate America, what difference does it make? This prosecution isn't based on facts or the law, or anything that even resembles that. It's pure Bolshevik-style witch huntery. The hot take on Twitter was that these guys are trying to do this. This was the hot, stupid take on Twitter over the weekend, like the dumbest take ever. That they're trying to do this to make sure Trump's the nominee. Like they weren't trying to put him in jail for the last 8 years. Like they didn't accuse me and the rest of my family of treason and other things.
Not even the process. Shut up, you crook. And while we're on the subject of detriments to society, here's Donald Trump's latest contribution to the subject.
We are the only ones who can stop them, and they know it very strongly. And they're looking at the polls where, not me, but we are up by so much. They can't even believe it. We won twice, and now we've got to win a third time. They know that we can defeat them. They know that we will defeat them. But they're not coming after me, they're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way, and I always will stand in their way.
What the hell is this lunatic talking about? What polls is he looking at? This is just absolutely insane to me. I mean, this guy is about to be indicted as the ex-president of the United States for the first time in our nation's history. And nobody else is getting indicted, by the way. If you're a Trump supporter, I just want to let you know, this only pertains to him, I promise you. He's not standing in the way of anybody. They're not coming after anybody but him. Just him. I mean, this guy still thinks he won 2 elections. I mean, did you hear him? He said he won twice, he's going to win for a third time. The guy barely won once, never mind 3 times. What is he talking about? And I dare you to make sense of this utter insanity. I mean, Joe Tacopina wants you to believe that somehow an indictment for an ex-president for paying off a porn star for an affair that you had while your wife was pregnant is somehow going to catapult him to the White House?
I've said this since day one in these interviews I've been doing, which is I believe this will catapult him into the White House because he's going to be vindicated here. He will be.
No, I think Joe hit the nail on the head with that one. That's just what I look for in my presidential candidate. How many indictments he's got and how many times he's paid off porn stars to cover up an affair. Where does Donald Trump find these people, honestly? But I guess in the end of all this, we can all breathe a sigh of relief because...
One more time.
Protest seems to be going well, Donnie. But anyway, here's Joe Tacopina saying that Donald Trump just plans on surrendering himself without a fight, without any fuss. So... hopefully it goes smoothly. Hopefully he does what he says he's going to do. He's not going to cause any trouble. He's just going to get up there, get fingerprinted, take his mugshot so they can send that mugshot to me and I can put it on every social media site I have.
Donald Trump is not going to ask for anything from them. They want him in 100 Center Street. He'll be there loud and proud, and there's nobody that's going to make him cower.
And let's hope, for the sake of the nation, for the sake of law enforcement, and for the sake of democracy, that's exactly what happens. That Donald Trump just turns himself in without any event, without any uprising, without any protest, without any violence. Just pay the piper, big guy. That's all you gotta do. Pay the piper. One thing you can count on is MeidasTouch being here to give you all the latest and greatest breaking news on this situation. Hell, Donald Trump might even use some of our ads to go after Ron DeSantis. You never know. We're really close to 1 million subscribers, and this is the time you want to be informed with everything going on. So if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button. Tell them Boston Brian sent you. Let's hold these people accountable. It's finally here, people. Let's go.
Lock him up! Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.MeidasTouch.com.